Ita Nrsimha Bharata Nrsimha Yato yato yamrita to Nrsimha Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha Nrsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade Nrsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamala Vare Naka Madbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tano Blinga Kesavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamala Vare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Dana Benga Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Nrsimha Dev, Nrsimha Dev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Jai Shri Singre Bhagavan ki, Bhaktaraj Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Lord Nrsimha Bhagavan Ki Jai. So today we are celebrating the auspicious Parents' Day of our dearmost protector and well-wisher, Lord Nrsimha, who appeared millions of years ago in the Satya Yuga. So he is the half-man, half-lion incarnation of the Lord, and his pastimes are wonderful, inconceivable, and amazing. So though he's fear personified for the demoniac, he is very kind, gentle, loving, and compassionate towards his dear devotees. He is very easily pleased, it is said, by our simple devotion. So we should daily pray to Lord Nrsimha, and we do. We sing the Nrsimha prayers. Oh my dear Lord, please protect me from within and also protect me from without. To protect me from all the worldly dangers that threaten my auspicious life. And also, since you are sitting in the core of my heart, please destroy all my bad propensities. Yes, we pray to Lord Nrsimha. My lust, my envy, anger, illusion, duplicity, insincerity, desire for pride, fame, and adoration. Please purify my heart, Nrsimha, and give me a strong desire to serve Krishna. There's one purport in Srimad Bhagavatam where Prabhupada explains how we should always remember, although the Lord appears amongst the animals, he's not an animal. He's not a man, he's not a boar or a lion or a fish or a tortoise. He is eternally the Supreme Lord in all circumstances. So this famous story of Lord Nrsimha and Sri Prahlad, actually it's considered so important by all our Vaishnavacharyas. Why? Because it is especially relevant to every aspiring devotee's life. You know, Srila Prabhupada himself would lecture for weeks on the teachings of Sri Prahlad. And Lord Chaitanya would be in so much ecstasy, hearing the pastimes of Nrsimha and Sri Prahlad recited by Garuda, that he would instruct Garuda. Once he finished one section, he would tell him to go back, read it again and again. You know, Lord Chaitanya's special mission in Kali Yuga was to elevate people to the highest platform of pure love and devotion for the Supreme Lord, which we know is the greatest treasure, our most valuable asset. Therefore, he always encouraged us to try and follow in the footsteps of Sri Prahlad. Yes, Sri Prahlad, his innocent, sweet faith and devotion, his selfless service, his heartfelt prayers. Actually, he set the perfect example of what it means to be a real Vaishnava devotee, to take just complete shelter of the Lord. Yes. So on these particular holy days, the Lord gives us an opportunity to access his special mercy by absorbing the whole day and remembering him, praying to him, hearing about him, chanting his holy name. You know, ultimately the Lord, he's unlimited. He's beyond the limitations of time and space. Therefore, every time we call out the name of Lord Nrsimhadev, he appears in our heart. Just like when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Radha and Krishna appear along with all their incarnations, including Nrsimhadev. So Krishna tells us in Bhagavad Gita why he comes, why he descends himself, and also why he comes in these different incarnations like Nrsimhadev, to deliver the pious, to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish religious principles for the benefit of humanity. So what is a miscreant? A miscreant is someone who has a spirit of challenging the established order of the Supreme Lord. And during this particular time in history, in the Satya Yuga, there lived a very cruel and powerful demon. Of course, we all know his name, Hiranyakashipu. And this demon, Hiranyakashipu, he was fixed in his determination to kill Vishnu, to kill Lord Vishnu, annihilate all the demigods, ultimately destroy Brahminical culture here on earth. This is the real mission of a demon. He wanted to conquer the universe, become the absolute ruler of one and all. And to achieve this goal of becoming, you could say, invincible, he performed very austerities for 100 years, celestial years. You know, we read in the Bhagavatam, he stood on his toes with his arms upraised, looking towards the sky, year after year. And after some time, he couldn't be seen. He couldn't be seen. His entire body was covered by an anthill, which was covered by grass. The ants had eaten away all the flesh on his body. You imagine that? He was standing there and the ants were just eating. They ate away all his flesh. However, by his mystic power, he kept his life air circulating around his bones. His mystic power. Of course, finally Lord Brahma came to that place, mercifully sprinkled some transcendental water on him, on the anthill, and suddenly Hiranyakashipu emerged from that anthill, exhibiting his brand new, powerful, youthful body. And of course, immediately he offered obeisances to Lord Brahma. And soon after, he asked Lord Brahma, "Make me immortal." Of course, Brahma told him that that's impossible. I'm not even immortal. How can I offer you such a benediction? Then Hiranyakashipu began pleading with him for similar benedictions, that he could not be killed by any living entity created by Lord Brahma. We know Lord Brahma, he created all living entities, all the demigods. He pleaded that he could not die outside any residence or inside any residence, during the day or night, on the ground, in the sky. He also wanted sole lordship over all living entities. And he also wanted all mystic powers. Yes. So although these benedictions, they're very rarely achieved, Lord Brahma agreed and he awarded all these boons to him. And as a result, soon Hiranyakashipu began conquering the universe, all the upper, lower and middle planetary systems. He took over and personally resided in Lord Indra's opulent palace, from where he severely ruled everyone in the universe. Yes. So Hiranyakashipu had 4 sons. So out of these 4 sons, there was one very, very special son. named Prahlad. And this Prahlad was a reservoir of all transcendental godly qualities. Although he was born in a family of asuras, demons, he was a great devotee of the Lord, actually. And as such, he was always absorbed in the ecstasy of loving devotional service to Krishna. You know, while his father was performing those severe austerities to become immortal, at that time, Lord Indra seized the opportunity. He forcefully came in and attacked and defeated Hiranyakashipu's army. At that time, Lord Indra, he arrested Hiranyakashipu's wife. She was pregnant at the time, but he was thinking she was carrying the seed of a great demon in her womb. However, what happened is Narada Muni appeared on the scene. Narada Muni is all-knowing. And he explained to him that in her womb was not a great demon, but a great devotee named Sri Prahlad. Yes. So, Narada Muni, he took her to his hermitage and began instructing her, and also Sri Prahlad, who's in the womb. You know, the babies in the womb can hear the chanting of the holy name, they can hear spiritual instructions. And Sri Prahlad, he was in the womb, and he's receiving this transcendental knowledge from Narada Muni while he was in the womb. So he became very learned. Actually, Narada Muni became his spiritual master. But soon after, we know the story, Sri Prahlad was growing up, going to school. And this was not a school like our Gurukul. This is a school of the demons, where they taught the ways of dividing your enemies and conquering the demigods and all demoniac, atheistic propaganda ways of, yes, it was the school of the demons. So, after some time, this king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu, he took his beloved son Prahlad on his lap. And he said, affectionately inquired, "My dear Prahlad, please tell me, what have you learned in school?" So, however, Sri Prahlad fearlessly began answering in a way that completely surprised his father. Instead of explaining the politics of the demons, he began explaining about the futility of material existence and demoniac ways, and the need for all living entities to take full shelter of the Supreme Lord. Hiranyakashipu, when he heard that, he began laughing very loudly. And he declared, "This boy's intelligence has been spoilt by the words of our demons. Teachers, take him away. Protect him from these bad influences." So Sri Prahlad was taken away by the teachers, and he was severely chastised by the teachers who were fearing for their lives. Then, after some time had passed, Sri Prahlad was 5 years old. Once again, his father took him, his beloved son, on his lap, and he inquired, "My dear Prahlad, tell me what is the best knowledge you have learnt in school?" Once again, Prahlad fearlessly began speaking about the glories of loving devotional service to the Lord and the foolishness of demoniac life. You know, suddenly Hiranyakashipu's lips began to tremble with anger. He began shouting at Prahlad in a very fearful voice, "From where have you received this knowledge?" Sri Prahlad fearlessly continued preaching to his angry father about the pitfalls of demoniac life and the glories of living the spiritual and godly life. This was just completely intolerable for this great demon, Hiranyakashipu. He just became, it is said, blinded by anger. Immediately picked up this little Prahlad. He's only 5 years old. He just threw him on the ground, and he immediately instructed his demoniac servants, kill him as soon as possible. So they took him away. They took little Prahlad away. They tried to kill him in so many horrible ways. Tried to pierce him with razor-sharp tridents, throwing him beneath the feet of stampeding elephants, throwing him into a pit of poisonous snakes, hurling him from the tops of mountains, administering poison to him, rolling heavy rocks on him, casting spells on him, exposing him to severe heat and cold. So during these futile attempts to kill him, Sri Prahlad was just fiercely chanting the holy name of Krishna. He was just chanting there the name of the Lord. He was fearless. He had complete faith that the Lord would protect him. And he was praying for that protection. And the Lord mercifully reciprocated with his pure devotees by fully protecting him. Therefore, as much as the demons tried to kill him, they couldn't harm Prahlad in any way. He was just fully under the divine protection of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Chaitanya, he's advised us that if you want to please Lord Nrsimhadev, we should follow in the footsteps of Sri Prahlad. So what does this mean? It means that even when we're faced with you could say, the greatest opposition and difficulties in our life, we must just welcome these difficulties and immediately take shelter of Krishna and become fully absorbed in the process of devotional service, Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy names, praying and remembering Krishna, associating with his devotees, hearing and reading topics about Krishna Katha, and becoming conscious of the need for Krishna's mercy and protection, which is beyond ourselves. You know, all the obstacles that come into our life. Sometimes our faith may be tested. You know, all these obstacles that come into our life from within and without. It may be people around us. It may be our enemies. It may be people that want to deride us. It may be even our own desires and anarthas. Or it may be our own health. Or maybe severe climatic conditions like heat and cold, whatever. It may be one of many circumstances. However, we have to become fearless like Sri Prahlad. We have to have full faith like Prahlad. We have to be absolutely obedient to our Guru like Sri Prahlad. We have to welcome difficulties with a happy heart like Sri Prahlad and just take full shelter of the Lord and the process of devotional service. Then the Lord will appear in this world, in our hearts, and protect and uplift us like Sri Prahlad. You know, generally when the need is visible, most people do take shelter when difficulties come. But they don't take shelter of the Supreme Lord. They take shelter of their own minds, their own intelligence, or they take shelter sometimes of intoxication or gross sense gratification or You could say the fallible soldiers of other people who can't really help them. Whereas devotees, they take full shelter of Krishna and the process of devotional service. Yes. You know, when Hiranyakashipu realized that his son Prahlad could not be killed due to his connection to Lord Vishnu, it is said that for a moment he became fearful. Yes, for a moment he became fearful. Meanwhile, Prahlad's teachers convinced Hiranyakashipu, we can reform Prahlad. We can reform him. We'll take him back to the school and we'll reform him. So Sri Prahlad was sent back to school to be reformed by his teachers, but what happened? He began instructing his classmates, who were the sons of the demons, about the glories of loving devotional service. He had all of his classmates chanting the holy name. You know, when Hiranyakashipu found out this, that the sons of the demons are all becoming devotees of Krishna due to Prahlad's influence, it is said his whole body just trembled with anger, and he began hissing like a trampled snake. You can imagine how angry he was, you know, it's like really angry. And he went into a fit of rage, actually. And he began shouting at Sri Prahlad, "O most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you. Therefore you are an obstinate fool, and today I shall kill you." Yeah. Then he said, "By whose power, like a rascal like you, become so impudent that you appear fearless, overstep my power to rule you?" I mean, generally, when a father becomes that angry, you don't say anything. But Prahlad fearlessly began telling his angry father that you should give up your demoniac life. Give up your demoniac way. Simply surrender to the Lord. Then your life will be perfect. Now, hearing this, Hiranyakashipu became even more enraged. Once he